Hi everyone, it's Holly with Jen with Dolly and welcome to my Christmas journal, December daily, whatever you want to call it, flip through. He is a beast, as you can see, super squidgy, super fat. So just to kind of tell you the basics before we go into this. So sorry, this is a little bit later than Christmas time. We are now on I think it's the 16th of January or something. I just hadn't been able to finish it in December. As you will see going through this, I had loads going on. And I just didn't have the time to finish it. So I finally finished it. I finished it up last night. And I thought I'd come on and show you it today. Because I did ask if people wanted to see this now. Or if they wanted to see it in December next year. And they said they wanted to see it now. And I agree with that. Because I know what happened this year still clearly. Whereas by next year I'm probably not going to remember. So if you don't want to see any sort of Christmassy stuff. Then yeah, this probably ain't going to be the video for you because it is going to be all about Christmas. Yay! And if you just want to look at the pages and you don't want to see like all of me talking about the pages and what I did and everything, you can go to this time and there will be a quick flip through that you can go and watch. If you would like to do that, skip along to the end and you can just watch me skipping through the pages with some music. That is fine if you want to do that. So, this is my December daily Christmas journal. Now, I'm kind of calling it a Christmas journal over December daily because I have put in here a few days before Christmas, before December, sorry, as well as December. And that's because we did Christmassy things leading up to December, which you will see in here. And there was a couple of days in November that I did want to document, so I put that in here as well. Now, the book that I used is this one. It's a soft cover. It is a typo notebook. It costs... Why do I always keep saying it's typo? It's not from Typo. It's a Kenji notebook by the Kenji brand. I have gone and stuck this sticker over the top of the barcode because it was getting really gross and just disgusting. So I've kind of rubbed it down with some... wet wipes and I put a little sticker over the top, but that's the brand of notebook it is. It was really cheap. It was like £2 and it had all these little hats and stuff on it, and when I saw it I thought that's what I want to use for my December daily this year. I've also stuck on a couple of window decals. I just stuck these on with glue and I think they look really cute. And in this book I've literally used everything and anything. There's watercolours, gelatos, there's acrylic paint, there's paint pens, there's ribbons, there's staples, there's tags, there's ephemera, washi tape, magazine cuttings, literally everything, stuff from books, like there's everything in here. So we're going to have a look through together. Hopefully you enjoy it. I don't know how long this video is going to be. It could be a long one, so get a drink, get some food, get whatever it is. I'm freezing today because it's actually we've got frozen fog, so it's when like it's been foggy overnight and then it like crystallizes in the air and it's just like still. Oh, I hate it. It's so cold. It's currently -4, so I am super cold. I'm in my cozy little jumper, and I just thought we would do this together. And that's why the lighting's a little bit weird, because I've got my lights on and the sun is not out because it's so foggy. But I'm on my own today, so I thought we would give it a go at filming this. So yeah, let's get into it then. So this Father Christmas has this like weird thing on him because that's the hat underneath. It shows through, which is fine. I can live with it. It's all right. So going into it, this is what my opening page looks like. So just some scrapbook paper with a decal over the top there. And then I just put, welcome to my 2021 Xmas journal. As we started doing Christmas things earlier this year, this book contains from late November to New Year's Eve. I've also renamed Dolly's Doodle Challenge this year as well. So yeah, I actually changed it to, what is it called? Dolly's December Challenge this year. And thank you to everyone that actually participated in it. I will show you my outcome, the thing that I did in a minute. So yeah, if you took part, then make sure you let me know. So yeah, this is just the opening page, pretty simple, just some magazine cuttings and stickers and thickers and stuff. This was my Dolly's December daily challenge. And basically what you had to do was, I'm going to write them on here. This is the only thing that is not completed in this book, is this little tag here. And all I'm going to do on here is I'm just going to write down the prompt list. So basically I made it so that you could make a big collage in like the front of your book. So it had different things on it, like Robin, Snowflake, Elf, food, Christmas pudding, baubles, you know, stuff like that. So that's kind of what this all is. And I managed to make this little book page. This is kind of inspired by my love of glue booking, which I have not done for ages because I've been working on this. So I'm excited to get my glue book out today and have a go at that afterwards. So yeah, that's this page, and I think it turned out really cute. I love how this looks. So the first few pages, like I say, are from November. So this was the 19th. This is when me and Will kind of packed up and we went to Grimsby to stay with Will's brother and his girlfriend, because we were going to London the next day. And like, if you know sort of England geography, you'll know that Leeds is here, Hull is here where we're from, and Grimsby is like here, and London is like here. So it was a little bit closer for us to go to Grimsby the night before for the car journey down. So after work, yeah, we set off and we went to Grimsby. We went in on the train, and then I had a shower and stuff. We played some Animal Crossing. Oh, that was the other thing. Worst pizza ever. Will ordered this pizza because we got takeaway, and Will ordered this pizza, and I'm not joking. It was like, oh my god, it was just cheese. It had about like 10 centimeters of cheese on the top. It was like that. Like, that was the crust and that was the cheese. It was just disgusting. Like, you know when there's too much of it, and it was like plastic cheese. Oh no, it was really bad. So I did also put these little puppies on here because Will's brother has a dog. They have a spaniel called Ollie, and I did want to kind of document that as well, so that's why there's dogs and stuff on here. And this was kind of just getting used to the journal, because I've realised that this size is actually the biggest journal that I've ever completed. I usually use A5, this is A4, so this is the biggest. This is like printer paper size, so this is the biggest journal that I've ever done. So it was just kind of like getting used to how to use the space and how much writing space I needed, and you know, all that kind of thing. So this is talking about when we went to London. I'm really annoyed because this had on it my order from Starbucks. I got a peach iced tea, and it's just rubbed off. It's kind of like one of them annoying receipts that you get where, you know, it rubs the thing off. So I was really annoyed about that. But yeah, so we went down to London this day. This is the key card holder from our room that we stayed in. This is just us lot in the car, so that's Alice and Josh, and then me and Will in the back. And then we had a really good day in London. It took us about 4 hours to drive down there, so not too bad. And that was with a stop at the services. And then when we were in London, we met up with Will and Josh's sister, who now lives there for uni. So she lives in Wembley, so that's where we were staying, in Wembley. So we got to see her like accommodation and everything, and all that kind of stuff. And then we went to Camden Town, and I ended up getting this like Korean hot dog. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm looking so happy with myself. It's like basically a hot dog that is covered in like frozen chips and then deep fried. Amazing. It was like crinkle fries and then like deep fried. It was really good. And then this was Will being like the most northern person I've ever seen on the tube ever, because obviously nobody talks and everyone's miserable and stuff in London. So like we were on there like, way, having the time of our lives, because you know, we're northern people and we're very loud and like all that kind of thing. This is a Rebecca Hoot sticker. So cute. I love him. So this is where we went on the evening. So this was really the kind of whole point that we'd gone to London, as well as seeing Will's sister. We wanted to go to Winter Wonderland. And basically, if you don't know what it is, it's a big kind of Christmas fair, Christmas market, Christmas thing that they do at Hyde Park, so like the biggest park in London. And they have like a roller coaster. This is the roller coaster that comes. And we'd actually seen this when we'd gone to Austria and we'd gone to Vienna. And it's actually the world's biggest like movable roller coaster. So Will went on that. We went on a ride. Me and Will went on a ride that was like a big arm thing that went like this, and it was absolutely huge. It was just ridiculous. It's called the XXL. We did also go on the giant wheel as well, which again was one of the biggest wheels that they have in a travelling fair kind of thing. We watched this beatboxer on the corner. It's one of the reasons why I love London, because obviously it never sleeps. It's just buzzing all the time. They have like street performers and stuff. When we were going back to the hotel at like midnight, we went to Oxford Circus and Piccadilly, and that's what the lights looked like. They looked amazing. And then here are just some pictures. So that was from the big wheel. That's me and Will stood under like the lights that they have at Winter Wonderland. They have these, and they're quite well known. So yeah, it was kind of like a bucket list thing. We spent ages there. It was a really, really fun evening. It was lovely actually. So that was that. And then this day we had a walk around Wembley, so that's why I just popped the picture of Wembley there. We went to Seven Dials Market and we went and got food. I am obsessed with this sticker called Burritos Not Boris. I love it, so funny. And yeah, this is actually the wrapper from my hotel room. So you know where they put like the cups, where you have like the like kettle and tea bags and stuff in your hotel room. This was just what like the cups were laid on, so I thought that was quite pretty, so I just stuck that in and popped that there. And then this is a little postcard that I got from Paper Chase. We've got Will eating his donut here. And like I say, yeah, we went to Covent Garden and we went to Seven Dials Market, and it was just really cool. I also got to meet up with my friend Emma, who lives in London, and that was really lovely seeing her. So if we look here, we've just got, again, some like ephemera bits. Here's me sat on a giant banana, having the time of my life. I'm just loving it. And then this was something that was in Seven Dials Market. Now, we didn't actually go, but we sat next to it. And what it is you might have seen it on TikTok, but it's essentially like, you know, like a sushi bar where you have all the sushi plates going round on like a conveyor belt, and then you pick out the things that you want, and then you add it all up at the end. It was like that, but it was for cheese. So it had all these cheeses, and then you could rate it here of like what you thought about each one. And each of the coloured plates obviously they got more expensive as you kind of went along. And it was just really, really weird. So I definitely wanted to pop that in here. And I don't really like cheese very much. I just thought it was really interesting. And because I've seen it on TikTok, I was like, I need to pop this in the journal because it's just too fun. So this was, what happened this day? Oh yeah, Will was going out with the boys. I put the Christmas tree up on my own because he was obviously going out and stuff. So we put our tree up a little bit early, so the 26th of November, and we do this because we don't spend Christmas actually in our flat. So if we put it up on like the 5th of December, we would only be in our house with our tree up for like a week, and then we'd be away, you know. So that's why we put it up early, so we actually can enjoy it, you know, in our flat there. So yeah, that's that. And then this was when Storm Arwen came and, you know, battered the whole country. So that was a really fun time. There was 55 miles per hour winds in Leeds, and the windows I thought were gonna like shatter. I thought they were gonna break because it was just like oh my god, it was just banging so hard. So the next day, we were actually invited to a wedding on the evening reception, and this was the invitation, and I've just stuck a little sticker here. But this is all the invitation. And I actually didn't end up going because I just did not feel very well at all. I felt like I was getting a really bad cold and I just felt really ill. And the fact it was snowing and it was like this awful wind and stuff like that, I was just like, I am not interested about going at all. I don't want to go. It was in Hull. It wasn't near, us. I didn't want to go. So Will went on his own, and I stayed home and just did some craft stuff and had the evening to myself. And then I've just like put some magazine cuttings and stuff. This is actually from a Christmas card, and this is a tag. Let's pop that there. This was a gig that we went to. We went to see Yumi at 6. And this was really funny because obviously it's meant to happen on Saturday the 17th of July. To be confirmed. Well, clearly that didn't happen. It got postponed to the 29th of November. So here it just says like 'tis the season. I put some like little bits and pieces. But it was literally just about going to the gig. And I felt really weird at this time because I was off my medication. So I'm on sertraline, if you don't know. It's an anxiety med. It's like an antidepressant. And I'd gone for like a week and a half without it at this point because I could not get into the doctors. I don't know what was going on, but I just could not get through to them. So I'd gone for like a week and a half without them. And let me tell you, I felt like I was going nuts. Like my brain just completely did not want to work. And I think this is why I felt really ill here. It just was not working at all, guys. I just felt so weird and spaced out and like lethargic and ill. I've just felt really, really ill. So when I went to this gig, I was just sat there like spacing out the entire time. So that was really fun. But here I'd managed to get my meds by this point, so that was really good. So this is actually where the December daily part actually starts. So all of this that we've just looked at, that was actually all November. So this is kind of going into the December part now. So this was I had a day at work, so I'm just talking about work and stuff, and then I met up with my mum. Me and Will met up with my mum and her friend Martin, who they're actually writing a book together, which I think is really cute. They're writing like a book series, and they both work in healthcare. They're both nurses and stuff, but they've both got English degrees as well. So they wanted to kind of home in on that, and they're both writing this like book series. So I'll let you know when that comes out and you can read it. But that's how they know each other. And it was really nice to meet him, and we went to Cozy Club for some food, which, if you don't know, is like a 1920s themed restaurant, but it does really nice food. This is the little card that you get, and every single branch that you go to has a different one of these, so you can like collect all of them. You know, if you go to the one in Newcastle or London or Manchester or whatever, then there's like a different card for each one, which I just think is a really nice idea. So I kind of went for a little bit of a retro theme with this, as retro as I kind of go. So we've got like Victorian Father Christmas here, and this lady, she was actually cut out of a card, the card insert where people write. That was on that, and then I just put the receipt. To be honest, I'm not going to save many more receipts because I'm finding that they fade really easily. So unless I can kind of scan it and kind of get a picture of it, I'm not going to put in the receipts anymore because you just can't read it, good enough. So this day I've just got a little tag here. This doesn't do anything, it doesn't say anything, it's just for looks. I was doing mock exam help this day at work, so the kids were doing the mock GCSE, so I was having to be a scribe for some of our kids who need like help writing and stuff like that. We were going to go to the cinema this night, me and Will, and then we decided that we didn't want to, and we wanted to stay in and eat sweets, so that's why the Haribo Bear's here. And we got a takeaway, and I just had a bath, and we just chilled out instead. We were going to go and see that House of Gucci, but we just couldn't be bothered. We honestly could not be bothered when it got to this day. We just wanted to stay in. So the third, and by the way, if you like these, I actually did make these, and I'm going to be putting them on my upcoming Etsy shop, which will be coming. I know I said this last year at this time, but I promise you, The Etsy shop will be coming, guys. Yeah, so I just made these and I've just scanned them in and then printed them out, and that's how they look, and I'm really happy with them. I think they look really cute. So this was actually my work night out, so here I am looking really happy with myself. So we all finished work a little bit early. I had to go to a bloody school and the meeting went on for ages, and I kept saying like, oh, it's my work due tonight, like we're all going to the pub and we're all going out for food and stuff, and then they were just like, yeah, that's nice, and then just carried on this meeting. I was like, oh my god, please hurry up. So that was funny. So yeah, that was good. And then we all met each other at Thor's Teepee, which is like a teepee bar. They're really weird. They kind of just pop up in different British cities. But they're just like a big. The one in Leeds, well, there's two actually, but the one that we went to in Leeds, it has like a big fire pit in it. It's like a big tent. There's like different drinks you can get, mulled wine and gins and stuff like that. So that's why I put this little gin bottle here. And it was really, really nice. And then we went over to the new conservatory, which is like a pub, bistro pub kind of thing. It does like posh food and stuff. And then we had like little crackers on the table. So I just put in here the cracker jerks and stuff. And my food was actually not very nice at all. It was really horrible, actually. And I was really sad because I got, the starter was okay, but the main, I got a risotto. It was hake and like a piece of hake, and then like a freshwater prawn risotto. It tasted of absolutely nothing. And you know when they overcook the risotto so much it just goes to like mashed potato? That is genuinely what it was like. It was horrible. And the pudding was just really dry and again not very nice. So I've just put this in, enjoy Christmas together, like little bits and pieces. This is actually my like badge from the meeting that I went to at the school, so I stuck that in. This day, lazy day, I was just tired because obviously I'd been out the night before, we'd gone out for drinks and stuff. So Will was actually out this day because he went to Alexandra Palace in London with Josh and his sister to go and watch a band. So I was on my own. I had a craft day. I ended up falling asleep at like 11 in the morning, and I didn't wake up again till I think it was something like 3 o'clock. Yeah, 3 p.m. So I was really thrown out and felt really weird because I was like, whoa, why have I fallen asleep for so long? But yeah, and I just stuck this little rabbit in. I've had him for ages, like literally about 3 years, and I've always wanted to use him and I didn't know what to use him for, so he's finally found a home, which I'm really happy about. So the next day, me and Lily, one of my friends, we went to Meadowhall. And if you don't know what Meadowhall is, it's basically a big shopping centre, big shopping mall, whatever you want to call it. People like to call it Meadow Hell because it's pretty intense, especially at Christmas. But I managed to get quite a few presents, which I'm really happy about. This was my face. I was not impressed at all. We ended up going to an all-you-can-eat Thai place, which was nice. They had like different curries and things like that you could pick on like a buffet kind of thing, and that was really good. And then I ended up buying a diffuser, which I've never bought before. Now this little one that I bought this day was only about £12, and he's actually broken already. So my mum gave me a really good one at Christmas that she doesn't use anymore, so I'm really happy that I did actually buy this to start with, because it means that it kind of started the obsession. But I'm obsessed. I've got a little book of like this little box of all different essential oils that you can put in it, and my house smells good all the time, and yeah, I'm just really happy with it. So yeah, and like on this page there's so much different stuff going on. So we've got the wrapping paper, this is just bits of ephemera that I've bought. These are stickers. This like snow globe is actually from a pub leaflet about like having your Christmas at a pub, and then I stuck this little sticker on. This cat is from a Christmas card. This is just some magazine cuttings. So like I really do kind of go all out in trying to pick, you know, all sorts of things to go on your page, and I just think it makes them look really good. So this day I was at a careers fair with work. at the Leeds Playhouse, which is actually opposite where I live. So I walked all the way to work to then find out that I was actually meant to be where I practically live anyway. So I had to walk all the way back again. So that was really fun. But it was fine. I got to see my friend who I used to work with, who I absolutely love to bits. So it was really nice to see her and everything here. Now this, not really much happened this day. So what I decided to do was I just wrote a little bit about what I did. So I was covering reception at work because the receptionist was off. So instead I decided to kind of home in on like things that were happening in the world. So a Tory mishap. So this is when it all came out, around this time, was when it all came out about the Prime Minister and his like party all having a party during lockdown. So like when we were all in lockdown and couldn't see anybody and people were allowed in hospitals and stuff, bloody Boris Johnson was partying on with all his mates in his house, and like I just can't cope. Like, I'm just so over this. I mean, I put a Tory mishap and then like all these question marks and then like a laughing face, angry, this guy who's like just totally over it, because this is how I feel about our government, you know. I'm just, what a jerk, do you know what I mean? And then it's actually turned out, it's like transpired that they actually had a party the night before Prince Philip's funeral. And I'm just like, how have you not resigned, Boris? How are you still here? And I don't even like the royal family, guys. I don't like them at all. I think that I don't know, I'm going to keep my opinions to myself, but I do not like them very much. Why am I paying for their lifestyle? But I wouldn't want, you know, little Liz sitting on her own at her husband's funeral while they're all partying. Nuh-uh, that's not okay. From a human level, that is not alright. So yeah, this was just really crazy. And this is also an Omicron. The Omicron variant was like found and like detected and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I've wrote that there. And then this is a little sticker from Pam. Pocket Journal Pam, she drew me this. She sent me this little sticker, so I had to pop him in there because he's just so cute. And then I love this fireplace. I've had it again ages, not been able to use it up, so happy that I managed to on this day. So this day, me and Will, I was at work all day, and then afterwards we got the train and we went to a gig in Hull. So what I've done is when I was at work, I was playing Guess Who with the kids, and I just took one of the little cards. I asked if it was all right. They said yes. So I took one of them to pop that in there, and then I made these two little what's it called? Tip-ins, I guess, or little cards, journaling cards. I don't really know. These were just out of some paper that I've had for a while. They're really nice, like 3D. And on here, I just popped in. I stuck on top something that was from the program of the band that we went to see. So we went to see Enter Shikari, and they had just written like, they'd made a little program really with like pictures and stuff in of like lockdown and stuff. So I wanted to pop that in there. And then in here I just wrote the set list, so all of the songs that they did, I just popped that on there. And then I did some little like ribbon and stuff. Now you will notice in this journal as well, there's not very many tip-ins and there's not very many bits like this, and that is just purely because the book is so big that I've managed to write everything on the actual page. I haven't really needed to use pockets and stuff, so that's why there isn't as many little tucks and things like that like there has been previous years. This was apparently a shit day. Oh yeah, I remember now. So yeah, so basically what happened this day was there was lots of drama at work. There was lots of kids that were fighting and getting into bother and just being really stressful. And then I ended up falling over and I cut all my knee open and it's still bruised. This happened on the 9th of December and it is still bruised. It is still not okay. I had to be cleaned up by the first aider. It was just really not, it's just embarrassing, isn't it, when you fall over? I just hate it. But I had all grit in it and it was just horrible, and my tights were all broken and I had blood dripping down my knee, and it was just dramatic. So yeah, that's why it was a crap day. And then I had this picture of some wartime kids that I just thought were really cute. This was from a book that I bought for 10 pence, and it was called Wartime Christmas, and I just wanted to stick them in because I just thought they were really cute. This day, it was National Christmas Jumper Day, so all of us in our office decided to wear Christmas jumpers. I was working in the sensory room at break time, and I made a little worry garden, which was really fun at work. So like in the sensory room, it's like a room where the kids can go if they're feeling overwhelmed or whatever, because if you don't know what I do, I kind of do mention it on a lot of videos, but I work with kids aged 16 to sort of 24, so young people really who have a range of sort of social, emotional, mental health issues, or mild learning difficulties, disabilities, autism, you know, all things like that. So we have the sensory room. It's kind of just a room where they can go in. There's like board games, there's a tent, there's weighted blankets, there's fidgets, all stuff like that they can use. And I made a worry garden, and it's so cute. I'm really proud of it. I basically cut out loads and loads of different like plant pots and flowers and bugs and birds and all this kind of stuff. And basically what the kids have to do is they have to write their worry down on the thing and then stick it on the wall, and then they've planted their worry, and then everyone can see it. And they don't have to put the name on it, but it's just like a problem shared is a problem cared. Whatever that phrase is, I don't know what it is, but that's the idea of it anyway. So I got to make that. And then Helen, who was the friend who I saw here, she came into the office to drop me off a present. She got me a little bar of chocolate, and she'd also got me an Audrey Hepburn calendar, which was just so sweet. And she'd wrapped it up in this booffle paper, so I decided to stick that in. This day was Saturday, so we got the train to Hull because it was Will's cousin's 30th birthday this day. So it was Tom's birthday, and we had like a party at his mum's house. So like Will's aunties, which was really nice. So just a little bit more about that. And there's lots of dog stickers on here because they have a lot of dogs. Like the whole family have loads of dogs. So that's why that's on there. I didn't actually get this postcard until January, but it's Christmassy and I wanted to put it in. And it's just my little note that I got from Pam at Pocket Journal Pam. It is so cute. I love this little postcard, so I wanted to pop that in here as well. Everybody was a little bit hungover this day after obviously partying here. So we ended up going to Coupland's and getting lots of food. This was such a bad day for eating. We ate so much crap. We got donuts, we got Coupland's, which is like a bakery, so they do like sausage rolls and pastries and sandwiches and stuff. And then me and Will went to a gig on the night. We actually went to see Shikari again, but we went to see them in Leeds this time, just around the corner, just me and him. And we ended up getting Dixie Chicken on the way home, which is like a fried chicken place. So I just stuck that on there. So we just could not stop eating this day. I don't know what was going on really. This was when I was at work again. So yeah, this is Monday because we had a BAP meeting. This was also when all of the restrictions came back in. So this was when wearing a mask in public was back again, and Will was back working from home. He'd only just got used to working in the office again, and now he's back working from home again. And then me and my friend from work, we went to Costco, and it was the first time I've ever been to Costco, because in Hull, where I'm from, we don't have Costco. We have a different a different one to Costco. I don't really know what you call it, like bulk place. So it was really good going here because I've never been before, so that's why I stuck this little girl who was doing a shopping and stuff, so we went there. This day was just lovely because I got sent some flowers from a parent who, you know, was really happy with what I had done for their son. And I just thought that was really nice. She came to reception, she came and brought me a big bunch of flowers. They were absolutely gorgeous, like proper florist flowers in a big gift bag and everything. Yeah, this little card with it to say thank you. It was just so sweet and just so nice to know that I'm, really valued member of the team. As this is I've only been there since May, so it was just really, really, really lovely. And then this was just a teacher sticker. It says, "I'm a teacher. What's your superpower?" And I know I'm not a qualified teacher yet, but I do work in education and stuff, so I was just like, I will stick that there. So yeah, that is kind of what went on that day. So the next day, what have we got here? So I made a little pocket here, and these things come out. So as you can see, there's lots of pockets in this journal. So we did Secret Santa at work. This is what this sticker was from. So what they did is everybody who did Secret Santa had to go and put their present in a box and then use the sticker to stick on who it was for, and that's because then nobody knew whose handwriting was who. So it was a really good idea, because obviously then nobody knew who got who, kind of thing, if that makes sense. And I got some washi tape and a really nice candle, so I did really well with my Secret Santa. This was also a day where I got drawn this by one of our kids. He drew me this, which I just thought was absolutely adorable, so I have kept that. And then these are the cards that I gave out at work. I always kind of get some little cheap cards to give out to people at work and stuff, and these are the ones that I picked this year. They have these little dinosaurs on with presents and stuff, so I wanted to keep that. This day, me and Will went to see the Spider-Man after work, the new one. And to be honest, this was me. So I've just put footage of me at the cinema, and there's this little girl looking really bored. To be honest, it wasn't as bad as I was imagining. It was alright. And I know some people are going to be like, "Oh, you're saying it's bad." But I don't like Marvel films. I just don't find them good. I find them very boring. I find all the storylines are really similar, and they're just all the same, aren't they? The superhero films are just all the same. There's no differentiation. They're just all the same. And yeah, I just think they're boring. The only one that I two that I actually don't mind, well, three, are I didn't mind this, but I'll never watch it again. But if I had to watch some again, Into the Spider-Verse, because it was a cartoon and I love cartoons. However, I thought the storyline was very similar to this. Black Panther, didn't mind that at all. Thought that was pretty good, which is sad because the guy that played Black Panther died, so now there aren't going to be any more Black Panthers, which, yeah, I think there might be, but obviously he's not going to be in it. So yeah, that's a bit rubbish, but yeah, I didn't mind Black Panther, thought that was okay. And it's not Marvel, it's DC, but Wonder Woman, didn't mind that either. Thought that was pretty good. And then on here, there's just some private journaling stuff, just about work and things like that. So that's what's on there. So this was the last day of term. Hallelujah! I was so excited that it was last day of term. So basically, our manager dressed up as an elf this morning and brought us all biscuits, so it was really cute. So I cut these biscuits out of the biscuit box that they came to bring us. So yeah, we had to do all the risk assessments for the kids this day, which the kids weren't in, they were out, but we've got to do personal risk assessments for mental health, and if they're going to be a danger to them or others, or what risks there is, eating disorders and anxiety and self-harm and all that kind of thing. So pretty grim last day at work to be doing such a intense thing, but it has to be done. So we did that, and then I came home, and Will was out with his friend, and he came home at 9 o'clock anyway because his phone broke, and he was really heartbroken about his phone being broken. So yeah, that's what we had to do. And then this I got leaked on by something, but I started to watch the Disney docu-series, the Beatles Get Back one, and oh my god, I am so impressed. I absolutely loved it. I've still got 2 to watch. I've only watched the first one, but it's so weird, like watching them work together. And as such a massive Beatles fan like myself, if you're new here then you won't know that, but I'm a humongous Beatles fan. It just really, really bizarre, like seeing them all, you know, like working together and getting, you know, it's just really strange. And also it looks like it was filmed yesterday, mind the pun. It's just really odd. The only reason you know that it wasn't is because firstly 2 of them are dead, and secondly there's no mobile phones, there's no laptops, there's no major technology, because it was filmed in 1969. It's just brilliant. I absolutely loved it. And someone who loves the 60s as well, like me, and like I love anything retro, anything vintage, anything 50s, 60s. I will go into the 70s if I have to, but 60s and 50s are my favourite. It just really gives you an insight into what it was like, and yeah, I absolutely loved it. So I had this Revel in the Freedom. I thought I'd stick that in here because it kind of is like I'm off work now for the rest of the year, so that's why I put that there. Will was going on a boys' weekend to the countryside this weekend with his friends. He's always out, isn't he? This is what I'm working out from this. I like, where's my social life? I just can't be bothered. I just stay in and just watch telly and just chill. So yeah, weather was really grim. I ordered chicken wraps. I did craft stuff. I literally just chilled out on my own. The next day, Will was hanging really, really badly. He was just really hungover. He ended up spewing up on the way home out of his friend's car, putting sick all the way down the door. Just no. So I kind of left him to it. I was just like, you know what, go away. I don't want to see you today. So he went in the bath and then went to bed. His friend who he was at had puppies as well. So Sam's dog had puppies and Will was obsessed. Half lab, half red setter. They were absolutely gorgeous. So it's obviously a little Labrador. So I just stuck that in there. And I love this little image. This is actually from a Big Issue magazine, which if you're not from the UK, you won't know what Big Issue is, but Big Issue is basically the magazine that homeless people or people who are really struggling and that kind of thing, they sell them on the street. And honestly, guys, pick up a Big Issue if you're ever about, because they have some really good pictures in to cut up, and obviously you're helping that person because they get the money. So yeah, really, really good little images with Big Issue, so I would definitely suggest. This day, my friend Jill, who I went to Costco with here from work, she came round because she was bringing me over some magazines, because she actually owns and runs a girls' youth group. So she had, I think it's something like 65 magazines. She had brought them in a car. She literally had these massive bags full. I've got them all in my craft room. They all need looking at. So we're going to go through some of them together. They're mainly health magazines and fitness and stuff, but there's so much things that we can use in there for glue booking and stuff like that, so I can't wait to have a real good harvesting session at that. And then this just says, time to switch from my everyday anxiety to my festive Christmas anxiety, and that is so me. I cannot explain how much that is me. I really love Christmas, but it genuinely makes me feel a bit ill. I just feel really sick. I get really worried about everything. Yeah, I am just not very good with like Christmas and like going home for a long time and not being able to live in my house and stuff like that. So I was freaking out a little bit here. So I went to bed and played Animal Crossing when I got home from town. I went into town to get some bits and pieces. So again, I didn't get this card on this day. I got it in January, but this is my little card from Lynn. So she just made me this, which I just think is so cute. So this little card goes in here. This was a really, really boring day. I did absolutely nothing. This is another sticker from Pam. And yeah, I did absolutely nothing. I played some Animal Crossing. I did some craft stuff. I made chicken burgers for tea. That was literally it. I had so little to write that I had to even put chill day here just to fill up space, because I just had nothing else to write about. However, how beautiful is this tree? Do you just not love this tree? It's so retro and weird, but modern at the same time. I just love it with all this like hanging pink stuff on it. I just think it's amazing. So I had to use that. This day was a busy day. Will was working still, so I had the day to myself. So I ended up going out and getting my nails done. This is when I got these done. They do need redoing now, as you can see. They're growing out quite a bit, but I need to wait till I get paid because I've got literally no money. So yeah, that's what this is. And I did all my wrapping this day. It took me 3 hours to do. It was just ridiculous. I don't know why I do it every single year. I leave my wrapping till last minute and then I regret it, and it really annoys me. I do it literally every single year. So yeah, it took me 3 hours to do, and I was just like, no, this is not okay. But this is the paper that I use for everyone, and then here's a picture of all of our presents together. There were so many presents. It was just ridiculous. So yeah, so that's what happened this day. So this day, yeah, Mum quit her job. This was a big day. My mum decided that she was just had enough of her job. She's not going to go too much into it, but she basically works for a private nursing company, and she's going back to the NHS because she absolutely hated working private and it was stressing her out. She felt really ill, so she literally just walked out. Fair dues, Mum. You go, girl. RESPCT. Whatever the word is. Yeah, so that was the big news of the day. This is a sticker from Loveling's Life, which is just so cute. I love it. And this is a Pam sticker as well. This is when we went home for Christmas. So we got home and Will was cuddling the dogs because we went to Will's house first. And this is the first ever Christmas that I've ever had not at my house. Because my mum originally was working, which is why we split it up like this. But then obviously she wasn't working anymore. But we still stayed with the original plans because like food and everything had been bought. And it was nice to spend it differently this year, you know. So we got picked up, we went back to his house, and it was just really lovely. So this day was Christmas Eve. So what we've got here is we've got me ready to go out. Here's a picture of me ready to go out. And then another one of these little pub pictures that I got from the leaflet. This is when we went to the pub. We went to the pub with Will's family. So we went with his mum and his dad and his sister and his brother and then his girlfriend. And then we also went with his 2 aunties and their husbands and then all their kids. And there was just loads of us, so it was really fun. We went to the pub, and this is just what was on the table, so the little reserved thing. This is just a little Christmas card cover that I liked. And then on the back, I've just put this, a picture is worth 1,000 words, and it was just us all messing about with Snapchat filters, so I wanted to keep that because that was really funny. And then this is all about Christmas Eve as well, so again, just like all of us chilling and stuff, and then we went out to the pub, and that's who was remaining. After we went for food, so restart. We went for food and had all that, and then we went to another little pub with a few others, and we had a drink there, and then all the kind of older guys, they went, so like the aunties and everything, they all went, and we went to Tavern, which is like a little pub which has like a dance floor and stuff, and we stayed there for the countdown. They did a countdown at midnight for Christmas Day and stuff, and that was really good. I drank a lot of Peroni, so I just put a little Peroni thing here. We got home and Will's mum had midnight mass on the telly, so that's why I put these little choir boys having a fun time. And this is just from a Christmas card as well. I just cut this off a Christmas card. And then Will's mum surprised us all because she'd bought us all matching pyjamas, so there we all are. Just so funny. Hilarious. So this was Christmas Day. I just did some lettering with my Posca markers, and this is kind of what was going on. So this was all of the presents that were out. It actually took us something like 3-4 hours to open all of our presents. It was just ridiculous because there was just so many. It was just silly. But because obviously there was like 5 of like this like Will's family, and then me and Josh's girlfriend, there was like a lot of us. So what I did was I collected all of the tags from like things that I got, and I just put them on this little string and kept that. So like hole punched them and just popped them in there. And then we just got some pictures of like what the table looked like. This says Christmas dinner, first time without Yorkies, because Will's family don't do Yorkshire pudding with their Christmas dinner, and to me that's really weird because I've always had Yorkshire puddings with my Christmas dinner, and I know it's not traditional, but that's how I've always grown up. So it was really weird. It was genuinely the first time I've ever had a Christmas dinner without any Yorkshire puddings on it. So that's just me talking about that. And then we've got a little picture of Dylan there. Look how cute he is, little baby. And then this is actually my main present that I got from Will. If you haven't seen my last video, I do show you this, but it's a little Roberts radio, and it's really cute. It's like a little speaker, and this was on the box, so I just cut it out, and then I've put it in as a tip-in, and then on the inside I've just written like everything that I got from like Alice and Josh, Will's mum and dad, his sister, stuff like that. So that just all goes in here. And then this is still Christmas Day, so more pictures of dogs. There's just dogs everywhere, all over the place, because we had Christmas dinner, then everybody fell asleep. We all fell asleep for like 2 hours. I think we're all just absolutely knackered. And then we went to Will's aunties, one of his aunties, for a little buffet and like to play games and do Secret Santa and stuff like that. So for Secret Santa, I got a voucher, which I was really happy about. So I just stuck in the envelope here. This is one of Will's auntie's dogs. He's called Alfie, and I absolutely love him. And then we've got Picklegate on the back here, and it's just a little card that I made with some scrapbook paper and a little notepad page. And basically, this is all about Picklegate, because what happened was Will's uncle decided to have a race with Will to see who could eat a pickle the quickest, like, you know, the big gherkins that you get, and they were massive. And he basically just didn't swallow it, so he started choking. He fell on the floor. Like, it was just full-on drama, and we were just like, we don't need this on Christmas Day. He's fine. He was all right. It was just, yeah, okay. It was funny now we look back on it, but it wasn't at the time. And then this was another present that I got from Will. So he got me Wombats tickets at Leeds Arena, so I just popped that in there as well. So then this is Boxing Day, but this is technically, obviously, Christmas Day at my family's. So me and Will went and got picked up at about, it was about sort of 10 o'clock in the morning. I stuck this in, this is actually from a card. It's on like a 3D kind of thing, so it pops out. This was my Christmas dinner at my mum's house. We've got the big Yorkshire pudding there because, yay, we have Yorkshire pudding at my house. I got loads and loads of lovely little bits from my mum and my stepdad. I got a regular choice purse, which I was really excited about because I don't own anything irregular choice. Well, I didn't, and I finally do now, and I love their stuff. So I stuck in the tag because I thought it was really fun, and I'm not bothered now about overlapping stuff. As you can see, like stuff coming out, it doesn't bother me. It used to really bother me, but I quite like it now, having all things stuck out as stuff. So I popped that in there, and then little Hamish here, my little doggy that I've grown up with. He's nearly 14. He has dementia. He's blind. Yeah, he's a really little sweetie, so I popped him in. And then this is my mum's Christmas tree, so just a quick picture of that in, and then like, obviously lots of drinks at my house. My whole family love a good drink. I do not like fit in with that very well because I do drink, but since being on my tablets I can't drink a lot. Will got absolutely hammered, my nana got absolutely hammered, my mum was having a great time. Yeah, it was fun. So here we go. So here's some pictures. This is me and my mum and my nana. So that's my nana and that's my mum, and then that's me and my mum, and my nana being like, hey, let me in. And then this is the wrapping paper that my mum gave us, which I thought was so cute with these little cat heads on it. And then I just put, let's play charades, because that's what we did. We played charades, and it was really fun because loads of people were there. It was me and Will, and then my stepdad, my mum, my sister's boyfriend, and then we also had one of my sister's like best friends with us because her mum lives far away now, and it was just all awkward, so she came to ours. And then one of my other family friends came over like later on in the evening. So it was really lovely. We all played games and stuff. We also played What Do You Meme, which is hilarious if you've not played that before. It's a bit like Cards Against Humanity, but with memes. So that was really good. So the next day, me and my sister went to my dad's. I hadn't seen my dad for absolutely ages, so it was really nice to see him. We watched a lot of game shows, which is why I stuck this little guy in. I love these stickers. These are little dinosaur stickers with like lights on. I think they're so cute. This was the wrapping paper that I got from my dad, so I just stuck that in, and then this like bottle of wine and stuff. And it was just a really chill day. We just laid out on the settee. We did lots of craft stuff. Watched telly, got a takeaway, got a really nice kebab with my dad. And yeah, it was nice. So this day was when Will and his dad tested positive. Yay! They weren't really ill or anything. They were absolutely fine. They just felt a little bit under the weather. So he said he felt mouldy. So I think that's fair dues. We all did our tests. We were all clear. We tested for the rest of the book and everything, and we were fine. I just cannot get COVID, it seems. Like, I work with kids, you know. I work with really vulnerable kids as well, and I've still not had it. And Will's had it twice now, and I still haven't had. I don't know. That vaccine, it's working, my friends. So this day, obviously, he tested positive, so we went back home. Not everyone had to do tests. That was really fun. Obviously, anxiety was like really bad this day, so I've got this anxiety and then festive anxiety. It's got like lights on the muddled. I thought it was really funny. My sister was just messing about with teddies. I thought that was hilarious. These little rat family. And then this was a day where we were sorting out some cat stuff. So basically, Will's cousin's girlfriend has a cat, and the cat doesn't like it doesn't like the baby that she's had. So basically it needs a new home. She's asked us if we would like her. I would really like her. We're waiting back to hear back from the landlord. So yeah, we're just waiting to hear back. But she's beautiful. She's a Burman. So she's like, it's basically like a crossbreed of like Siamese and Burmese. She costs like nearly $2,000. So she's a really, you know, well sought after pedigree cat. So I really want her because they're really cozy and cuddly as well, apparently. So yeah, I'm really crossing my fingers about her. So this was actually a picture from a Breathe magazine. I just thought it was great. We took my sister. Oh yeah, also on this day we watched Miracle on 34th Street, which I love. I love that film. So yeah, this day we went back to drove my sister back to university in Lincoln because she was at work for the next 2 days until New Year's Eve. So me and my mum did that. And then we had a walk to Lidl, and we just went and got some bits and pieces from there. And then I showed my mum loads of TikToks, because I always do that. She doesn't have TikTok. She always says she hates it, but then I show her loads of videos on it, and she's like, huh, like laughs and stuff. And I'm like, you need to get it. She's like, no, I'm not getting it. I don't like social media. And then she'll go on it and she'll like it. So it's quite funny. This day, my mum went to her friends, the one that they're writing the book together, so she went to his. So me and my stepdad ended up ordering takeaway. I get really bad achy legs. I have a lot of problems with my legs and my back and things like that. My legs were aching so bad this day, so I ended up having a bath, and I was in there for like 2 hours, and then there was a little scratch on the door, and then Hamish just like came in with his little bone, so that's why I put "excuse me sir," because he just like came in and was just staring at me. I was like, hello, can I help you? Just really funny. So yeah, that was that day. And then this is just my 2021 review. So I always do this where I just write out all of the things. Well, not all of the things, obviously, but a lot of the things that have happened in 2021 or the year or whatever. So we've got stuff like Joe Biden became president, the Tokyo Olympics, UEFA Euros, like England got to the final, Italy won Eurovision, mass worldwide vaccine rollout, the Taliban are ruling Afghanistan again, the Chaplain Towers collapse in Florida, the guy guilty of murdering George Floyd, Britney Spears being free, Betty White, Prince Philip, Stephen Sondheim all dying, the Astroworld Festival disaster thing. The Suez Canal blockage, so like supply chains all stopped and everything and all that drama. The storming of the US Capitol, huge winter storms in North America. I can't even pronounce her name, but that horrible woman who did all the sex trafficking with Epstein, she got convicted. Woohoo! Matt Hancock resigns after the affair emerged. Lol. Insulate Britain protests and fuel shortages. Attempted terrorist attack at a Liverpool hospital on Remembrance Sunday, and then Delta and Omicron COVID variants found. So as you can see, it's all real fun and games, isn't it? 2021, so much fun stuff happened. Quite honestly, the only good thing is really, to me, is the top one about Joe Biden becoming president and the Tokyo Olympics and the UEFA, the Euros. But apart from that, it's pretty much all doom and gloom, isn't it? So we're on the last page now, guys. Woohoo, we made it. Well done if you've stuck an hour with me. The last page is this one, and this is just about New Year. So me and my sister and my mum, we all went out, just us three. It was really lovely. I had a steak. We went to a little independent bistro, and they did like a really nice 3-course meal with like shots and stuff. Every hour until midnight they brought shots out. My mum just had all of them. She was wasted at the end of the meal. It was hilarious. And then this is actually wood. Don't know if you can see that, but they're like 3D, and I just thought that looked really cute. And then we've got this little drink here, and then obviously this is me and my sister, and then my mum, so I put the hot mama thing there. And yeah, that is literally it, guys. We have made it to the end. I hope you have enjoyed it. I am going to stick this back into the Christmas Eve day. But I hope you've enjoyed this little flip through. I mean, I say a little. It's definitely not been little. We've been chatting for ages. But I hope you've enjoyed it and it's been fun. And you have liked looking at my pages and it's inspired you to get your journal out. I am really happy that I have finished this because, like I say, I am kind of over Christmas now, and I just kind of want to be back doing like glue booking stuff and getting back to working on my regular journals and setting all that up again. So yeah, thank you for sticking around, listening to me. If you want to watch the mini flip, that's going to be now. And yeah, subscribe, comment, all that kind of thing. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, toodaloo.
How can I feel the joy of being with you? How can I chase the pain away for good? Bliss is calling me, holy snowshoe. I bring some mistletoe with me. Christmas is waiting for you. It'll never start without you, never start without you. Christmas is all about you. I see everywhere around the fairies of December. You, I see everywhere around the fairies of December. You, can you feel the joy when Santa Claus has come to town? Come to town. Have you wrote your list to hit up for good? Hurry down the chimney tonight. I wait impatiently for you, my Santa baby. I really do believe in you. Christmas is waiting for you. It'll never start without you, never start without you. Christmas is all about you. I see everywhere around the fairies of December. You, I see everywhere around the fairies of December. You, can you feel the joy when Santa Claus has come to town? Has come to town. And I remember the presents and the lights in the trees, the smell of chestnut boiling on the heat. And I remember dreaming, buried in a comfy blanket that I will never forget.